I don't know what I did to get that butterfly. I really don't. Like, I very rarely get the butterfly. Because usually when I watch other people, and they get the butterfly, and they keep getting the butterfly, usually they did something wrong walking up towards Pokey's house, and it's entirely possible that I also did something wrong there, and I just don't know what it was. Or maybe I just turned too early. I also got the backup one, the one time ever. I don't know how I did that. I think it's backing out of the menus. Your inputs don't get eaten. I could probably do that faster. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that I could probably do faster, but I just hate when my inputs get eaten because I will never notice in time before I do the next thing. Like, my reflexes in that regard are terrible. Maybe the butterfly was just karma for when I should have lost the run by the entertainers, but didn't. For whatever reason. I want to get out of Onett so I can fail at other stuff. Although, Onett does have going for it, there's only a 1 minute cutscene. A 1 minute, like 10-second cutscene prefacing Onett. Instead of the, like, 3 minute cutscene prefacing the stairs glitch. You know what I just thought about? I want to route Onett the second time around. But I just remembered that stupid Mr. Saturn by Dr. Andonuts, that for whatever reason, that even when I'm closer to Dr. Andonuts and I just hit L to talk to him, I talk to Mr. Saturn instead. Like, Ness looks over his shoulder just to hear Mr. Saturn go zoom, and then that would be manipulation lost every time. Look at that. I didn't bump against the bush. It's amazing. There you go. That's how you do that part. Ugh. I don't think you even have to go quite that high, but oh well. Gonna try to sleep? Alright. Good night, background guy. I thought I did something to route out that bread roll. Well, you know what? If I really get bored with, like, just trying to get out of Onett, if it gets to that point, I could always go back to the marathon route. There's no reason that wouldn't work. It's just slow. But it's not like I'm gonna get magic in on the first try either, so... But you never know. This could be it. I could just get super lucky and then, you know, everything falls into place. And it's like world record time. But probably not. That was a little better. In the end, I should really probably just go back to my, you know, good old standby that my Onett could definitely use the practice anyway, but... Ugh. A lot of my other parts of the run could use a lot more practice, too. And at least Onett, if you screw up, you were 10-15 minutes in. Oh, on the other hand, I guess anymore, if I screw up the other part, I was only like, you know, 30 minutes in, so... That's the nice part about any percent. You don't screw up a run 3.5 hours in and be like, oh, well, I didn't bring the Dragonite against Ness's Nightmare, or my Dragonites all did garbage damage and my Super Bombs are hitting for 150. Oh well, I don't have to worry about that at least. But yeah, mostly I just kind of want to get myself in shape to where I could, like, make legit run attempts. It'd be awesome if I could do it on Wednesday, but I feel like that's pretty optimistic. But sometime in the next couple weeks, I want to be to the point where I'm making good run attempts. There we go, this is much better. Nerm, thank you for the host. Always appreciated. Left, left. That's normal for me. Brain fart. Modlaw. Combo breaker. Cool face, how you doing? Is this world record? Could be. Here, let me fix that real quick. Bop. Duke, about how you doing? How am I? I am tired. I finished up work a little while ago, I got off midnights, and now I need to get back onto days, so... time to stay awake. May as well try to get some any percent practice in. Ugh, that was terrible. I don't know if I button input on the controller got eaten or if the game ate it. I don't know. I don't know which it was, but I was not happy. You know, I don't remember what to do for Ant. Yeah, no, that's right. Alright, keep going. Panic! Panic! Oh, good. That's the page of notes I actually have for ONET. I don't know where the other page went. It's probably just like behind the TV or something. Boop. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely tired, but the whole point is to stay up. So we'll see how long I stream for. Obviously, getting out of ONET will be a big positive. I don't really expect to get a whole lot farther, at least in like decent time, but you never know. It is stuff that I've been practicing. There's just there's a much longer way to go yet. But I do believe that the route that I currently have is capable of getting world record. I just have to get good enough at execution to actually get it. Like, I know that technique for walking there is like actually outdated, but I don't know. That's how I've always done it. I need to practice it if I'm going to do it differently than that. I mean, I could just try to wing it, but it's so late in the manipulation that I'd rather not. Alright. Kind of screwed up on the first bush there, so I might just be screwed. I might be okay. I might have backup cops. I don't know. Let's see what I get. Right, up, right. Okay, we're correct. Or at least we're supposed to be correct. Right. Also wrecked. Double kill. Triple kill. Quadra kill. Can you do it, Ness? Can you go for the penta? Oh my god! Oh my god! Pentakill! Oh. Sub 1930. That's my interim goal until I actually like practice where I can shave time in ONET. That's my standby, like, minimal, not garbage Onett goal. I could route this walk too. I never had bothered with it. Mostly because I thought like we were just going to manipulate to Cobson, that's it, and then people were manipulating into Tucson. And really that's probably fine. Like, I wasn't aware of that. So everybody else had been manipulating this part and I haven't, and I always wind up despawning shrooms. It's a teeny tiny time save. But it may wind up being the difference for any percent, since you don't have, you know, all that much time left to work with. Like, not having to dodge those guys, you know, that takes a couple seconds. I took a couple seconds to despawn that other mushroom. It's all stuff like that. It all adds up. I wasn't 100% sure, but it looked like Nemi probably manipulated the walk into Tucson. It goes definitely a very regimented walk, but I couldn't be absolutely certain. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, sure, you can work on that. Yeah, you don't want that red roll in there. Alright. That'll be fine. Cannot get any pixel there. A sandwich of shame. It's not hard to skip that. Alright. I'm out. Alright. Get it on the sandwich. Get it on the sandwich. Get it on the sandwich. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah, nice. I want to use an even number of sandwiches there. If I don't, I just either have to pick up an extra sandwich or use an extra sandwich. No enemy, no enemy. Stop. Good enough. Good enough. Oh, I didn't split. I didn't split. There. And I have to buy that cold remedy. Womp womp. It's just a teeny tiny bit out of the way, takes a teeny tiny bit amount of time, but the menuing is super simple, so it's got that going for it at least. I feel like there's flies over there. I might regret this choice, but I'm going for it. We're fine. We're fine. We're not fine. We're not fine at all. Okay, the ghost went away. Ugh. What the heck? Unfortunately, I don't see a good way to make that not random. Like, I can look exactly where the RNG3 triggers are on the cliffs, because I don't know for certain. So it might actually be really easy to keep manipulation through there, or it might be, like, impossible. I have no idea. I never really looked into it, because I hadn't manipulated through Tucson, so it seemed kind of silly. But you never know. But yeah, buying a much more optimal number of sandwiches here is pretty much the entire time save and some extra. Because I can definitely skip those cliffs better. I could have a better graveyard. I could easily have a worse graveyard too, but I could have a better graveyard. Definitely not a gold, but buying a reasonable number of skip sandwiches makes a big difference. It'll also make a big difference later on the menu load times. I really want to practice that too. Instead of having my menu full of skip sandwiches, where it takes like half an hour for it to actually load the menu and then let me do stuff, I think I'm going to do the 6 sandwich route, which is still pretty safe. Like, I really technically only need 3 sandwiches for the route. So, like, I could get away with buying 4 and using one on the first 2 cliffs and the second one on the 3rd cliff. And then using my 2 sandwiches for the magic hand manipulation, then I'm just out of sandwiches. I don't need them anymore at that point, so it would be fine. It's just I can't... The 3rd cliff is somewhat random. Like, you can practice it and you can kind of get a feel for what works and what doesn't, but in the end it's still kind of random. If it doesn't want you to get through, you won't get through. If you want to get through first try, it might just let you through first try too. The first one, there's a pretty easy... I'm gonna, put that in quotes because I screwed it up. But there's definitely a cue you can use, and if you turn on the diagonal on the right pixel, you can just wed yourself right into the cliff, no problem. And it looks like Nemi does that for the 2nd cliff as well. Maybe he just got really lucky, or maybe there's a cue that he used for that, I couldn't tell. But it didn't seem like there was anything like that for the 3rd cliff. Blech. Blech. I think in my last 90% attempt, like, I got into a fight on the way down here. It was like 1 or 2 fights too, like, it was bad. I don't remember what happened, like I had bad spawns or something, and then I just kind of panicked, and then Bubble Monkey didn't help. Anytime your strategy involves panic, you should probably rethink your strategy. Ugh, why? Why? I always think about the text he says afterward, because it always makes me think that I pressed the wrong button. Because I press A and then he's like, no. I'm like, what? Oh no, that's right. He just doesn't want me to pay him. Pay him my other $1. Ooh, look at that. He tried. He tried to rain on my parade. He's like, oh, you want to take the short route? Well, get a photo. But no, I was too fast. Too fast for those shenanigans. Yeah, that was about as good as it gets. Unless there's somehow no spawns at all. Which I can't remember the last time I walked through there with 0 spawns. You almost always get a spawn when you're walking on that tiny little ledge and you gotta go down. There's always an enemy down there, like 99% of the time, and you have to walk left and go back. Like, it's just part of my, it's part of my, like, muscle memory. They just keep walking left and come back. I can't remember the last time there wasn't an enemy there. Escape Man, how you doing? We got the sub 30 Tessie too. That's pretty hype. That was almost sub 29. Sub 29 would be cake, actually. You know, have a not garbage Onett, or not have garbage graveyard, or skip the cliffs in a reasonable amount of time. You could do any of those things and be sub 29. You could probably get sub 28 Tessie. Probably what Daniel gets. With his crazy time. I honestly didn't think that my old route could even get that low of a time. And now for literal garbage. Yeah, eat it. 402 damage. Get wrecked. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. That's what I thought. Alright, now skip the duck. Look at that duck. That's such a skippable duck. You ready? Here it is. Oh man, so close. It was so close. Spoilers. It wasn't close. Jeff, shoot him down. No, come on. Really? That's what we died to? The duck? I'm gonna die to the duck. We died at all in the any percent route? Like, come on. Well, I wouldn't lose time if and only if I manipulate the pond cave successfully the whole way through on my first try. Again, not that it really matters, because I won't get through Magic Hand, but still, it's the principle. You won't go in with less than 24. I mean, I could have used the boiled egg, but he has a 1 in 4 chance of doing an attack. Which has something like a 10-12% chance to miss, no less. It's garbage. If he swings twice in a row, the odds of that happening were less than 1 in 16. Bubble monkey, bubble monkey, bubble monkey. Yeah, thank you. Alright, we're gonna do a thing. You ready? It's gonna work too, I swear. This needs some practice. This needs a ton of practice. No! Lame. Concave always has terrible RNG when I fail this too. But at least I got in the door. And I screwed it up. No. You know what? No. Because that's the mushroom. That is the mushroom that I'm always like, oh, you can get past that one, and then you can't. Always. Every time. This is what I call anti-despawning. There we go. You had the same logic about cultists calling for help. You know, when, like, I noticed that some people have a seriously hard time with the cultists, and then other people don't. And I'm wondering if, like, the same runners are ending up in the same little string of RNG, basically. Because we all do the manipulation, and I bet we all approach Peaceful Rest Valley in a similar way. So I don't think it's inconceivable that you would wind up at the end of it. In some ridiculous situation where, like, oh man, they called for help 3 times. What are the odds of that? Like 1 in 10,000. And then, you know, you get it again. Well, it's because you were in exactly the same spot. Like, there might actually be a reason for it, but I don't know. Like, I would have to watch a bunch of old videos, and I don't think anybody saves all of their old videos unless like, they're PBs. Yes. Direct quote from Earthbound. Fuck you. Fairly accurate. Yeah, it's pretty much what that pound cake is every time. But that's also because I know where I am in RNG there, and it's somewhere bad, and I don't have a good solution for it. Boiled egg. That was delicious. Alright, let's see if I can get this faster than last time. Because I ain't gonna PB at this. Well, I mean, I could PB, but probably not. We're gonna race against what we did last time, which was like 2.5 hours or some shit. So let's see if I can get this in less than 2 hours. Now I'm gonna copy this. This isn't part of the route. I just want to have it for later. First of many Skyrun cutscenes, one way or another. I mean, if I just blow through it one time here, I'll be like, oh, sweet! And then move on, and then, you know, do another run, and then probably have to sit through it 10 more times, but either way. I gotta try to remember all the little things that I had found that made this more consistent. Like the first time I go down into the basement, I want to be to the right side of the ladder. The second time I'm doing it, I want to be almost as far left as I can possibly be. If I do it super early, I actually have issues with getting onto the stairs too early. Like, if I'm conscious of what I'm doing, like if I'm really, you know, on the ball, I can work with it. But if I'm just on autopilot because it's my 20th attempt, like I will just screw it up. So here, that Maxwell guy, I didn't pay attention to whether he does a different walk the first time as well as the second time. That'd probably be a good thing to see. But the second time, he'll either walk down or he'll walk like right. And here he is walking right. So I want to not add an extra move. I like how I'm still at minus 9.9 seconds after Jeff died and I walked through Pond Cave normally. Although I think in my PB I didn't get the entire Pond Cave yet. I think I lost it in like the last room. I'm R. I'm not very strong. Really, you're kind of shy and a little reckless. I hope you want me to be your friend. Come on, Jeff Joy. I wouldn't even be mad. Like, I would go to sleep happy. Nope, no Jeff Joy today. We did it! Hit him the one time. What do we do after this? Run away, run away, run away, run away. Bravely run away. Should qualify that. Oh, I did it way early. That's okay. I'll just do that. That'll fix it. Fixed. This is the one where the timing sucks. Nailed it. Thank you, Ragnarok. How you doing today? You like that acapella? Pretty solid. Put me in, coach. Oh! Oh! Oh, so close. So close. So close. We were close. It was a close fight. I almost had him. Next time, coach. This one sucks the worst. Nice, we got the right one. And then here I have to believe in the tart. Here I have to not fall prone to subpixel garbage. Okay, we didn't. a Faff and Kraken. Faff and Kraken is 11. Let's see. That makes me salty. That makes me really salty. If I didn't die to the duck. If I got the pond cave manip the first try. Really? Dumb. Oh well. Had I got that stuff, I probably would have been like way more nervous and then screwed this up. But I really did need to save that time for like world record. Might be able to bop Temple though, maybe. I don't remember what his time is. Well, yeah, I get Magic Ant first try. I already screwed everything else up. Here, you know what it is? I'll fail to get the piece of meteorite. That's how we'll kill this run. I'm manipulated to walk up to Onett. I'm gonna get into like an unavoidable swirl, or just a garbage swirl because I'm bad. And then I'll die. And then I'll show up in Lilliput Steps and that's Rip Run. Your hill was trash. Dude, like every one of my hills is trash. I literally know nothing but trash hills. Like, except when I was brandy new and I tried it and I was like, oh man. Well, this part's easy when you use teleports, and then like never again. It's always just like a wall of impassable enemies. Just like not even close. Don't even try. Try to go backwards to despawn them, and then there's just enemies behind you and you're pickled. Like, oh, okay. No. There's still plenty of opportunity for me to screw this up. Too bad I stared at my notes for like 20 seconds before I fought Ness's Nightmare, too. Because I honestly didn't expect to get that far. I was dumbfounded. Like, at least I remembered to look for the Faffing Kraken or the Guarding Kraken, or else I would have just been like, I'll use an Urban Paula and pray. Literally. Yeah. Or anytime I do the hill in practice, it's always okay. Except for any percent. Even in any percent practice, it was like, no, you can't. I'm sorry. You shall not pass. Oh, I didn't get zoomed. What is this? Something must be terribly wrong here. beam, boogie doogie dom, boom, boogie doogie dom, beam, boogie doogie dom, boogie doogie dom, boogie doogie dom, boogie doogie dom, boom, 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 boom. I gotta find that 4-pixel window too, if I really am gonna try that. Ooh, look at that butterfly. This will be nice and randomized. Who knows what kind of one that I'm gonna get. Spoilers, a bad one. Or alternatively, I'll have a good one and I'll ruin it. Like, either way. I really didn't want to hit that bush. I didn't. And I felt the lag. I felt the lag. Gonna get a photo at night. Gonna suck a lot. See, look at that. You can't get through there. You can't. There's no path. I can't abuse teleport to skip past enemies if there's literally no gap. Here, we'll go over here. We'll despawn them. Try again. Just try again. Like, that's the shit that I always get now. Right. 2 dudes? We can handle 2 dudes. That's fine. Now what else is there gonna be? Nothing? Really? Really? Yeah, there we go. That's more like it. Try again. Okay, that's manageable. That sucks, but is manageable. Alright, Coface. Thanks for stopping in. Have a good day. Okay, there we go. After that clusterfuck at the beginning that wasn't terrible. Alright, and my inventory... Oh, it's always going to be arranged correctly now. Never mind. I don't got to worry about it. That's the nice part about this route. I can't fumble with it. Not allowed. Anytime I do inventory stuff, it's manipulated. Or I couldn't get this far in the first place. Like, the only part that isn't manipulated is when I buy sandwiches, and I should just always buy 4 if I want to be risky, or 6 if I want to be safe. I'm 3 minutes ahead of you. Yeah, but I'll lose some time here in Cave to the Past. Like, I gained some extra time over you, kind of. Think of it that way. Because I have to actually walk through Cave to the Past. I mean, there's like the reset and die on the stairs, like that whole ordeal. But I'm pretty sure that's still shorter than what I do in that part. On the whole, the new route seemed faster. Even with my sloppy, unoptimized movements. But this part is going to be slower. Also, I go really slow in the Gygas fight because, like, I just kick myself for months if I make a mistake. Oh yeah, I'm happy I got Magican on the first try. For the amount of effort that I have put in, I mean the routing was a lot of effort, but like the actual practice for execution, like I definitely got lucky. There's a lot of stuff that I can still tune up on this one, like the actual exact amount of time that I need to wait for the enemies to despawn. Like right now, I'll wait like 3-4 seconds. I'm pretty sure the amount of time I actually need to wait is more like 1.5, but again, I lose it if I don't wait long enough. And if I wait far too long, I'm fine. So I've just been erring on waiting too long so that I can continue on. I really tend to play things too safely. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, so you do that there. You come up here, menu 4 times. You do this walk, and on the walk, then you come up here, talk to butthole. There's an enemy that despawned there. I gotta wait for him, and then I do my networks. Shuffling snow? Hope that's not coming my way, I'm sorry. I hate shuffling snow. And then and right there I gotta wait. And I come here. The menu 3 times. Walk in this way. Oh, well, we'll see. One, I don't know if the fight will be right. I think my movement might have been a little bit off, but 2, I still have to do 8 bajillion B presses because I didn't reroute that. So, oops. Unnecessary time loss. Doctor. Dr. GT. That looks pathetic. Alright, don't screw this up. Pray, Bash Gygus. Do that. Don't bash. How can I live in Antarctica? It's a mystery. It really is just a struggle every day. Oh, you guys had someone commentate the race? That would be... I think that would be good. It'll be just another meal to him. Probably. Let's see, Bash. I couldn't turn into Gygas. I tried, I'm sorry. 6, 8. Bash. Bash. Freeze Alpha in 1. Tricky. Four. Bash. Freeze Alpha and Bash. Let's see. Bash. Pray. Freeze Beta. Bash, defend. Alright. Whew. Well, I guess that's really about roughly the same as last time, 8 out of 13. Oh no, that was last week's. I was like, that seems like last week's. But you only had 4 out of 9? That's a little better, yeah. I can read. Look at me, I read chat. I have the reading comprehension skills of a 3rd grader. Because I just read one line and then make assumptions. Oh, I don't have anything. This is not over till it's over. I could easily get a Frank prayer that I don't know what to do with, too. Like, that's certainly a possibility. Gargles, bad fences. I have no idea what you're talking about, RE43. I hate this part so much. I really do. It's super simple. But if you make a mistake, you feel like the biggest idiot. And it's really easy to make a mistake. Especially if you have a crappy controller, then it might not even be your fault. Alright, this prayer had better hit for 85. Hit for 85. I actually thought about making backup routes, like in case like you accidentally do an input on one of these, but it would just branch out too fast. 85. Yes, there's still Manip here. How else do you think Paula with no equipment is surviving at 4 HP? I could give her a C pendant, she'd still be dead. It's just if I get to this point, there's like a slim chance that I could limp along to the end. That's really all there is now. Alright, 220. So I got... Nope. World record was 13 seconds ago. Pretty close, though. I mean, like, considering how badly I fucked up all of Winters, like, this... If I didn't screw that up, this may have had a decent shot at it. That makes me a little sad. Like, if I just have a good... If I had a good Graveyard, I had a good Winters, and I tightened up Onett, I think that would be world record. And then I have to tighten up on all the rest of the manipulation and see just how low I can get it. Please be 355. Thank you. I mean, I want to drive it down. I want to drive it down to under an hour. I might have to do even more than this, though. You were just making a joke. We were close. We were way closer than I ever expected to be. Alright. Let's see if I'm just done. Do I get to keep playing? 741. Alright, so... Now let's see what I get. Okay. Maybe still on track. Now this prayer needs to hit for 1618 or 1653. If it hits for something else, then we're gonna pray I get through 2 attacks. Get out of your skate, man. Like I said, though, I would love to see sub 1 hour. Even if Nemi just has it pre-recorded sitting on the shelf from 11 months ago. It's just like, oh yeah, here you go, I got this thing. 1653, da-da-da-da, alright, we're in business. You don't have to literally leave, it's okay. Ultimo, how you doing? Woo! There's an 80% PB. Any reason I don't manip dead kids? I could. I don't have a good answer for that. I wouldn't mind having just Paula alive. It might be something I actually go back and do, but it's lower on my priority list than routing Onett at night, routing the walk from Onett to Tucson. Yeah, that's about it. Spending the day in meetings now that you're on the job market, everyone wants a piece. I didn't know that. Well, I got off of work 2.5 hours ago. 2.5 hours ago? Wow, 2.5 hours ago. And I was like, yeah, I'll try any percent I could practice it. I need to stay up so that I can work tomorrow day shift. So might as well stay awake with something. And then, well, here you go. I got out of Onett one time, and then I kept going, and then it was a PB. So what's the possible time here? I have a ton of very easy time to save in the non-manipulated parts. I died to the duck. I had an unmanipulated pond cave because I screwed up the walk. So that was fairly slow. I had a kind of crappy graveyard. Could have been better, could have been worse. I kind of screwed up the cliff skip a little bit. I could have done a lot better there. I know it looks like a big time save, but in reality, I kind of like tried the Nemipixel like 5 times just because I wanted to see if I could get it. And I should have just used a skip sandwich. So that's quite a bit of time. And then all these manipulations I can tighten up. You know, like if I actually had Gygus memorized, for example, that'd probably save like a solid 30 seconds of me not going like, okay, 355 damage, that's 3 Bs, and defend, to pray, and defend. Like, for every attack, you know? But yeah, there's a lot of time to save. Yes, I feel confident that this could get a world record with this route. I mean, I saved 5.5 minutes, and literally what I did, like the last time I practiced any percent was on stream. I got home from work, I said, fuck it, let's try it, and then here you go, IPP. So, there you go. It makes me happy though, because I can actually go back and time this stuff and see exactly what the difference is. I mean, Cape of the Past was still a little slow, because I had a little bit of recall issue there. But I mean, that was on the order of like seconds, not even tens of seconds, I'm thinking. The entire Gygus manipulation, who knows how much time I can save there. It's probably quite a bit, based on how fast Nemi goes. And that's how fast I'm gonna need to go if I want world record. But yeah, I could tighten up all this stuff. And I mean, my O-nets are still 19 minutes, 30 seconds. Like, I can save 30 seconds in O-net if I just, you know, actually buckle down and work on that. And, I have the Gutsy Bat. I have beaten the game with the Gutsy Bat. I've gotten like 10 Gutsy Bats now on console. That's gotta be a record. Ugh. Should Sato Eskimoto with a teardrop or a Bible thump? I feel like he has to have, like, I feel like his mouth should be closed, maybe, like, tilted down a little bit with, like, one teardrop. That was, like, kind of my mental image, but I'm not that good. Like, I could work on it, it would just take a long time. And I have not had just like the completely spare free time. Like the time that I've had, I've been like, I should work on Earthbound, so I haven't gotten around to it. Oh yeah, got the tech skip. Nice. Pink 10%. I'm just going for posterity. So if some Japanese player ever wants to race against me and use his timing, he has something to compare it to. A guy came into chat one day and said he farmed Gutsy Bats. That's what he did. He said he had like 12 of them. Not sure how much you believe that. You know what? Maybe I should just go. I'll go on my bottom file, my SGDQ file, and like just fill Pooh's inventory with Gutsy Bats. So that when somebody comes into my channel, my chat, and is like, yeah, I got 12 Gutsy Bats off the Krakens in Magic Hands, and then I'll just pull up Pooh, and I'll have a full inventory of Gutsy Bats. I think that would be worth it. Japanese runners will never play English, and rightfully so. Mother 2 is a lot faster. Just think how fast Mother 2 would be with this stuff. Like, Sub 1 would be cake over there. If they allow RNG manipulation. But they allow, like, turbo and stuff, too. So, I'd be surprised if they allowed turbo, but were like, well, I don't know about this RNG manipulation stuff. Although, on the other hand, I can definitely see the pros of turbo, because I've gone through, like, 6 A buttons now. Because however I match the A button just destroys the pad. Like, I just have, like, my ham thumb that I just beat the A button into submission until it's mush. Not at all. I feel like nobody else has this problem. Maybe it's like a really common thing and everybody's like, I don't know why you're complaining. But I never hear anybody ever talk about that. Pretty sure there are any % records manipulated. Yeah, it looked like hacks back in the day when yeah, I could see that. I would not at all be surprised if there was an RNG route that the Japanese players did for Mother 2, but I have no idea. Like, I've never watched a Mother 2 speedrun. Which is probably, something I should do, because the games are plenty similar. I'm sure there could be strats that, like, the Japanese players have figured out that we're just like, I'll bury my head in the sand. I don't need to know this stuff. And you should probably spend the time to do that. Yeah, our manips won't. Well, our manips will kind of work. Like, I bet I could get a Gutsy Bat in Mother 2 with this manipulation. I'd be surprised if I couldn't. Because no text ever pops up except the main menu. And that's just a menu opening. Well, this was a pleasant surprise. I really, really didn't expect a PB. Like, really didn't expect a PB. Especially after I screwed up Winters. Like, instead of the minute that I could have saved there, I lost a minute and a half. I mean, I guess I'll run against these splits and then I'll just save time there, but like... Means I have to get Magic Ant first try now. Dumb. Yeah, no, because the text all pops up at once. The only time the text matters is when it prints it out character by character. I thought the menu open is 1 and closing it is 2, as opening and closing a menu is a total of 3 movements. It's possible, like, you open the menu and that's 1, and then it prints the cursor, and that's, like, the second movement, and then you close it, or, vice versa. And now to enjoy our only photo. Our beautiful picture of Ness, Jeff, some chick we don't know, some dude that just showed up, Jeff's dad, some fat kid, some guy who looks like he's wearing a tux and a hard hat, 'cause reasons, and a Mr. Saturn. Yeah, no, AB is 3. Because that's what you can do. So, for example, before you fight the Pogo Punk in the arcade, and you talk to behind the arcade, and then you get into that fight, and then it's 3 movements, so you do like an AB, and then attack them. That's what most people do. I usually go left, 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 and then bash. Because I hate doing the AB, because the B, if you do it 1 frame after you press A, your input's equal, so I don't like doing that. But you can arrow at whatever speed you want. But you can also, and I think maybe it's Daniel that does it, but you can talk to behind the counter and then also do 1 menu, And then you can just bash the guy. You don't have to do anything in combat. And really, I should do that, I just haven't practiced it. There you go. Yeah, Temple does it too. I wrote down what the other ones were too. I never remember them. It could probably be helpful, because a lot of times I can take a pretty good guess, like based on, as long as there aren't 4 NPCs on the screen like there are around Town Hall. Like I can usually figure out how far off of the RNG I would be and then fix it. But like, I never remember what they each are. I wrote down what all the movements are for all the stuff in battle. That was fun. Boy, I'm glad. Like, I'm not touching that again. Like, if you guys come up with a new route and you're like, ooh, I'm gonna not get the Gutsy Bat, and it saves like 10 minutes, I'm gonna be like, have fun with that. I'm out. I'm not rerouting Giygas again. That was... Like, getting the smashes, I was so happy you got the Gutsy Bat. Getting the smashes just, like, fell into place when I found everything else that worked how I needed it to. But oh my god, that was beyond tedious. When is sub 1? It's a good question. I want it to happen. It's going to be really tough. Like, really, really, really tough. So I think doing everything that I did just now, but all the non-manipulated stuff going really well, I would be like tying Nemi. And then from there, I need to save 6 more minutes. That's a lot of time. And I bet I could save a lot of that getting the meteorite, because I mean, on my path this time, I got fucking bogarted by, how many spawns was that? 8? All grouped up in a cluster, like, no, you cannot enter. Oh, I'm sorry, there had to be like one over in the corner too, so that you couldn't get under the trees and come around. It was, no, you can't pass. There's literally no room for you. And I had to despawn them all. I'd really like to route that. And then I had to despawn mushrooms too. It's a little time loss. But yeah, what all is non-manipulated for me? You go through a net. After I beat the cops, that's not manipulated. I buy 6 skip sandwiches, I show up in 3. That's the first, like, rip run point. You show up in 3, you walk out of that tunnel, there's a slim chance that enemies will be waiting for you right where the game, like, gives you control back of Ness, and you just get into a fight that you can't possibly avoid. There's a slim chance of that happening. You just gotta deal with it. You can make a safety save if you're worried about it, like I did for the marathon. But there's just nothing you can do. You can try to run away. I've done that before. Then you go into the graveyard, that's unmanipulated. You do Winters, the first half is unmanipulated. Once you get to the Pond Cave section, that part is manipulated, but it's really tough. I might try going back with like the knowledge that I have now of how RNG works and try rerouting Pond Cave. But we'll see. It's low on my priority list only because I have a route that does work. It's decently fast and I just need to practice it. Whereas I have other things that I do need to route and haven't routed yet. So Pond Cave is manipulated if you do it correctly. You have... now I go from the Winter's Lab to... I do show up in Summers on the beach for a second, down into Lost Underworld, die, then pop back out in Magicant, fight Ness's Nightmare, that's all manipulated. The hill climb in Onett is currently unmanipulated to get the meteorite piece. And then everything after that is manipulated again. Yeah, there's no Dungeon Man. Oh, the Dungeon Man section in Winters? Phalix was looking at that skip, but like, there's nowhere to come off on the other side. You could manipulate the Dungeon Man section you'd have to save like before Tessie or something, and then try to manipulate the whole way through. Not impossible. It's like it seems the